Mao Zedong's Top 10 Moments, selected and presented by adithismao.
In 1919, Mao went to Peking University and became involved in the May 4th movement. This movement emphasized the end to dynastic China and showed a new beginning for the nation. It was from here on that Mao played more part in helping change and strengthen China. In 1921, Mao attended the first session of the Communist Party in China. This session convinced and motivated Mao to make China a communist country. He thought that communist ideals were what was needed to give rise to modern China. He even organized and led raids against the Kuomintang government. In the fall of 1949, Mao Zedong went to Moscow. This was Mao's first international trip. During this trip, he studied the way the Russians lived. He felt that a man named Khrushchev was trying to overpower the ruler of Russia. This trip opened his eyes and made him realize that there were some people in China who might have been trying to overthrow Mao. He also accused them of doing so. Mao's father was a peasant farmer and was of lower social status. Mao believed that if dynastic China ended, China could be ruled under communist ideals and everyone would be equal. Mao followed his belief and joined the army for 6 months during the Shanghai Revolution of 1911 through 1912. After this revolution, the Qing dynasty disintegrated. During the Cultural Revolution, Mao formed the Red Guards, who were the students from the universities and high schools. The Red Guards were described as Mao's little soldiers. They were forced to maintain a good background by destroying whatever Mao was against. For example, the Red Guards searched people's houses and destroyed items that could reflect China's past. On October 1st, 1949, Chairman Mao proclaimed that China was united and free. After dynastic China was over, Chairman Mao told China that they were free from the rule of emperors and everyone was of equal social status. This new nation was called the People's Republic of China. Mao made his proclamation on the balcony of the Tiananmen Forbidden City.
In July 1966, Mao swam in the Yangtze River. Mao showed that swimming was not just a sport, it was a revolutionary act. This event proved that if Chairman Mao could conquer the Yangtze, he surely could overthrow his opponents. This event was very significant during the Cultural Revolution.
In 1958, Mao launched the Great Leap Forward. Peasant workers were led to communes and were put to work on helping steel production grow, which would then help China lead the world. Unfortunately, the steel that was produced was of poor quality, hence there were two failed harvests, so the Great Leap Forward became an industrial catastrophe. In October of 1934, Mao led the Long March. The Long March was a 6,000-mile retreat to the far northwest of China. This march was conducted so that Mao and the people who believed in communist ideals could escape from the nationalists who were going to persecute them. This march continued to build Mao's reputation as a communist leader. In 1966, Mao launched the Cultural Revolution. This revolution was launched to teach China communist ideals and remove any dynastic China or Confucian ideals. He founded the People Liberation Army, called the Red Guards. Millions of Chinese suffered or perished, especially teachers, writers, artists, party leaders, or anyone who acted against the communist ideals.